Chapter 1: The Hunt. In the heart of the Pacific Northwest, hemlock trees towered over the earth, which was blanketed in a tapestry of moss and fallen leaves. Red cedars locked branches with one another and stood as sentinels of a forgotten time. A gentle breeze whispered through the foliage, carrying the scent of damp earth and pine. The air was crisp with the energy of the land. The true inheritors of this sacred land had gathered in a united front against the threats that loomed over the horizon. The tribes of the Salish nation had convened with their spirits intermingling with the rivers that flowed through the valleys. Drums reverberated through the air, their steady rhythm harmonizing with the beating hearts of those who had assembled. As the sun rose, a group of 9 hunters woke up, their faces marked with furrowed brows and eyes that were ready to take on the world. Their clothes were made from the skin of the animals they had hunted. Onawa and his brother Wyome led the party. The forest air echoed with the songs of their bravery and inherited wisdom. Kohana, their father-in-law, was also with them. Their names told stories of courage like the wind in the trees. The hunters went into the majestic woods of the Northwest Pacific. The trees were tall, and the ground was covered in ferns. The sunlight came through the trees, casting light patterns against their shadow. The air smelled like pine leaves and wild flowers. The other 3 hunters, Chaveo, Diami, and Holata, followed their compatriots as they sliced their way through the overgrown wild. "The trees can sense our presence," Onawa said to his friends, recalling the teachings of the chief and shaman. "We must tread carefully and lower our weapons." "And risk getting attacked by a creature?" Wyome protested, firmly holding his spear in his hands. Onawa looked at his brother's rebellious attitude with a vacant expression. Wyome passed him and led the excursion forward. They went deeper into the woods, the wind howling in fright. Out of nowhere, wild pigs greeted them with sharp tusks and huffing anger. One of them charged against Onawa. Wyome smoothly deflected the attack and pushed them back. You saved my life," Onawa said to his brother while panting. Wyome's eyes widened. He shouted, "Look out!" A huge black bear came out of the bushes and jumped on Onawa. Wyome acted quickly and ran his spear through the bear's mouth and out the back of its skull. The blood dripped down Wyome's arm as he held the gaze of his companions. Onawa came forward and put his hand on Wyome's heart. Wyome followed his brother's example. "My life, your life," Onawa pledged. "My soul, your soul," his brother replied. The hunters gathered in a circle. Onawa glanced at his brother and led the prayer. "Great Spirit, forgive us for the blood that was shed here today. It was spilled neither in malice nor greed. We ask for your benevolence and mercy. No part of this creature will be harmed." As the sun reached its highest point, the successful hunting party headed back to camp. They left the dense woods and walked on open plains, their steps laden with success of their hunt. Onawa was anxious to see his Lakoya. He counted the minutes until the hour of their reunion. While Onawa dreamed of seeing Lakoya, Wyome looked at Chaveo, Dynamo, and Holata, who nodded back at him. His brother did not know what he had been planning. It was a bold plan that would challenge the established order. It went against what the chief and shaman wanted. Wyome had convinced his fellow hunters to join him. All of them had been waiting for the right hour to act. When they entered the village of Kohana, the smell of hearth quickly embraced them. The village smelled like roasting venison and herbs. The huts in the village looked harmonious and naturally in sync with its surroundings.